Welcome back, Heroclix fans. Today I'm going to do a team review. I haven't done one of these in a long time, and this one was a fun team for me, so I definitely wanted to give it some time and do a review and show you how this team works. And you guys can tell me what you guys think about it. So, it is 1,000 points. I did use this in a tournament, and it went 2-1. And the tournament was Silver Age, and you could not have a team more than 6 figures and no bigger than a peanut base. So that's the basis of why I built this team. But let's look at all the pieces and see how it's put together. Okay, first thing is, let's just go with, I have Taskmaster here, wild card character. He is wearing the utility belt, which gives him willpower, plus he gets bonuses and other powers. But the cool thing about it is I have the bat cowl in there, so he will have stealth throughout the whole dial, even if he loses it off his top click. So it's kind of redundant because he starts with it, but later on if he gets hit, it's still in the game. So that's the first start there. He can copy powers if someone has a token, opposing characters. So that's really good, and he's stealthy. So what you do with him is you have one of your flyers, Dr. Voodoo, Doom Kang, or War Machine, carry him out there, put him in stealth, and then hide your team kind of behind him. He's kind of like your wall. So you're looking at this team and you're wondering, what can we do? Forge, he can heal for free as a free action if he's adjacent to a robot or armor. He can get one character per turn. He can just give them a heal and a click. So that's amazing, which Doom Kang, Tony, and War Machine also would all qualify. Dr. Voodoo, on the other hand, he is a run-and-shot Psychic Blaster with energy shield deflection. He also is a flyer, so he can carry people, and he has support. And that was a huge thing, support and perplex. So we got a perplex there and support. And he's got mystics. Taskmaster and Doom are wild card as well, so they can rock mystics. So that's where he was coming in. He is basically a carrier, shooter with Psychic Blast, perplexer, and support healer. And he gives people mystics. So that's for 34 points. He's pretty useful. He was targeted pretty quickly in almost every single one of my matches. He was the first one to die, but in my last match he did do some damage before he did get KO'd. So at the end of the day, he in theory he was supposed to do more than he actually did, but it's still a good, someone's going to get targeted in this team, and since he has energy shield deflection, I did put him more on the front line because from range, he's probably 19 or 20 on hindrance, so I figured why not. But someone's got to get targeted, and I think he was targeted because of the mystics. Also, we have Tony Stark. He can mind control these armor characters. Maybe robots, but I know armor, and that's all I have is armor. So he can go and mind control the Doom Kang or War Machine. So that was beautiful. He also has Outwit to start off, but then throughout his dial he alternates between Outwit and Perplex. And he's also really difficult to kill because he has regeneration on the dial and a stop click. So he was pretty useful as well. Forge, on the other hand, like I said, he could heal with the free action, but he also has Indom, and if he eats an object, he also gets Perplex. So if you see the theory behind this, we have Perplex, Perplex, Outwit, and Perplex, and then we have our stealthy, steal, and power. I mean, he's kind of more of a secondary attacker, stealth wall. And I haven't even talked about my main attackers, because Dr. Voodoo, he can attack, and Taskmaster can attack, especially when he's copying powers and has the utility belt. He could potentially have 13 attack, 5 damage. Pretty nice. But the two figures that really round out this team, that really make it dominating, are, let's go with Doom Kang first. Run and shot, 12 attack, Psychic Blast, 19 impervious, and 5 damage. probability, 8 range, 2 targets, flyer, Indom, and duo character. So as you can see right there, that is just disgusting. Basically, you put them behind your wall, behind your stealthy wall here, and Dr. Voodoo. And, you know, if you have hindering terrain or blocking terrain, you know, kind of hide them behind there. And then when you're ready, perplex them all up. Boom, they shoot them out. And guess what? You have some massive amount of damage. Oh, Taskmaster has enhancement. That's the cool thing. He's got enhancement in leadership. So when you roll leadership, adjacent characters get +1 to their attack and damage. So, I mean, he can really boost up some characters here. So that's really what I was doing. I'd put him in stealth and have them run up and get a shot next to him. So, you know, they would get massive amount of damage. And we're talking just crazy amounts, taking out characters in one shot. And so that's really good. This is a really good combination with all these characters. And then we have War Machine. Can you see him in the back here? The cool thing about him, he's a run and shot character with 11 attack, 5 damage, and impervious of 18. Sharpshooter, flyer, and Indom. 8 range, 2 targets. I mean, he's a solid piece. He's 245. But the cool thing about him, well, he's got a trait which every time he's been targeted, you could put a token on him, and he can take 2 tokens off at a time, and you can give him like a free action to make an attack. That's really good. He actually did. I never used that power because no one actually really attacked him enough. There was too many other options, and just didn't work out. But it's all good, really. But his cool power is special on damage. You give him a double power action. You can give him 2 actions for free. So what I would do, or what I've done a couple times, would, you know, you could perplex him up here, right? You can move him out into position and then just let him go at, you know, just let him just nail somebody for some high amounts of damage. Or you could perplex him up and then mind control him to move him out, right? So Tony Stark's going to mind control War Machine. He's going to move him way over here. He still has no tokens. Now he's going to double power action and then shoot 2 times. You know, and if he's next to Taskmaster, he's going to get all those bonuses, all the perplexes. So as you can see there, these 2 characters here, with all the support powers behind them, and then this enhancement and all, you know, and if you want the outwit, just incredible amounts of damage there. Just silly amounts of damage. So it's pretty good. I thought this team was really nice. A good amount of support pieces with some really strong attackers, because they both can attack 2 times if they really needed to, especially with the double power action power, and if you want to go with the duo attack instead of the standard attack. You perplex them up, duo attack if you are within range, and then just pop shot. I mean, you base damage of 5, so your first damage would be 5 and then 4, but if you perplex up, you still, I mean, it's silly. It's silly how much, and you start off with probability, so, you know, they have a really good chance of hitting every single attack, doing 5 damage easily. So this was my 1,000-point team. It did pretty good. The one team that I lost to, I was actually winning, but I decided to stay and fight the 350-point Brainiac. I hit him like 4 times and got through all of the stop clicks of the Impervious, but he was able to kill Doom King in 1 turn because his Gorilla Grodd outwitted the Impervious, and then Brainiac did like 5 damage, and obviously for my luck, my Impervious was still showing. So then Grodd did a flurry attack and killed him in 1 turn. So that was a big 300-point turn, big swing, 300-point swing. But it was close. I had Sinestro. His Sinestro was on his last click, and I could have, before all that, I could have tried to break away with War Machine and Doom King, but I chose not to do that. And well, I I lost because I decided to stick it out and fight. I mean, I was up big and they were on top dial, so I felt pretty good, but I didn't realize that in one turn that they could just kill me in one shot. So it happens, but you know, it's all good. This team did pretty well though. I enjoyed it, and hopefully you like this, and it was a pretty cool team. It wasn't themed, but there is a lot of armor through there. Also, the last thing, when Dr. Voodoo would get KO'd, I would just copy X-Men, which is, you know, not the, you know, the next best thing, but it works. If you push these guys, you know, they have Vendom, so it's not a big deal. But if they didn't have it, these guys, he was healing almost every single time. Like, I would crit miss with these characters almost once or twice a game, and so I'd crit miss. I'm like, oh, let me take my click, and then I'm like, I'm gonna use my free action to heal him up with Forge. It was, I loved it. It was so great. And then my last match, my opponent put War Machine on his last click, and he knocked me off the wall. Since he's a fighter, he didn't get KO'd because he didn't take the damage for falling. And then I just brought him over to Forge, and then within 3 turns, he was back to mid-dial, and he never killed him. So Forge really, really is good with these armor and robot characters. And like this right here, this little core right here is just amazing. Like, they work so good together. But, I mean, there's cheaper options here, and there's cheaper options there. Or even if you just do like one, like that is just disgusting, or go there. I mean, it's pretty cool. But like I said, you could even go with the lower versions of these guys, and it's pretty good. But these guys work really great together and bring out some big hitters. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this, and have a good day. Also, I have a bunch of stuff on my Heroclix website, Glass Cabinet Hobbies. Check it out. There's some good stuff on there. Loads of stuff. Also on my eBay store, I'm doing pre-orders on Superman and the Legion of Superheroes. So check that out. Definitely pick that up, and a bunch of singles. Take it easy and have a good day.